All right, well, welcome everybody. So, give me 1 second actually. Okay, so, just doing some pre-farming for Xianyun and playing a little bit in Genshin. As you might have noticed, there's a little bit difference with my model. I updated her eyes a little bit, so I think she looks a lot cuter now. Hopefully her eyes aren't staring into your soul too much. But, it looks okay, I think. But we're just going to be doing some pre-farming, and I was like, I want to show off my new model. We're going to be doing the, let's see, on the 31st. I have to change my Twitch, or my Twitter. 31st, we're going to be streaming Xianyun pulls, and going to be checking out Xianyun Veil, and a bunch of really cool stuff. So, with that, we're just going to kind of go through some stuff, and right now we're going and getting some hand guards because it seems like you can never need more. You can never have too many hand guards in this game. I mean, it's kind of funny when when I start thinking about it, because it's like, oh, I need some of those too. I gotta train my jungling a little bit more.
Born of ice and frost.
Yeah, but 4.4 is gonna be so fun. We're gonna have Xianyun Veil, which you know from the live streams looks beautiful. We're gonna have Lantern Rite. We're gonna have the outfits and Xianyun. Honestly, I think Lantern Rites are always pretty good patches. The last Lantern Rite was a little, I'm not gonna say confusing exactly, but I remember it was kind of funny when we saw that the what was it, Lisa and Ayaka were getting outfits, and people started theorizing that, oh my gosh, we're gonna have
a bitter pill to swallow.
Nice and spicy.
I'll kill you. Where's the third one? Move.
Stabilize.
No touching.
There you go. That. Anyway, as I was saying, that they theorized that that we were getting Ayaka and Lisa skins because they were coming to Lantern Rite. Sort of like Ayaka was heading towards Fontaine, so she was dressed up in her more Fontainian outfit, and then like Lisa was heading to Sumeru, so she was dressed in a more Sumeru outfit. But then Lantern Rite came and went, and we found out that the outfits weren't attached to Lantern Rite at all. They were attached to different events, which was perfectly fine and everything. Excuse me. Perfectly fine, everything, except it seems like this time, excuse me. But this time, there's actually apparently characters coming
Born of ice and frost.
from Fontaine and such to Lantern Rite, and so it's actually is happening, but ironically, the characters who are coming aren't the ones getting the outfits. It's Ganyu, Shenhe, and Xingqiu. It's really funny though. Everybody was looking at Xingqiu's outfit, and they were like, "Oh, why does he look like Farina? Why is it so, you know, Fontainian designed?" And then you actually looked at his outfit preview, whatever, and he even mentions, "Oh, he dressed up as in Fontainian fashion." So it was like, "Oh, that makes so much sense."
Ah! Mind the side effects.
Boba, get them! Eat this! No touching!
No. This isn't over. This too will you. Finally, no.
Yeah, I don't plan on streaming very long tonight, but I was kind of like, oh, I want to use my new model, and or I guess updated model, I should say. And like I was watching Sayu, and he has a new model, and I'm like, I kind of want to stream too. I'm all excited. And 4.4 is coming, and I was like, hey, might as well, right? Stream a little bit, kind of get things going. Hello, whoever came in. Nice to see you. We're just kind of doing some pre-farming and stuff. Let's see, I think that was the last handguard I was going to do today. Okay, so after that, we need to go to Mondstadt. I'm gonna go fight the little... What are those things called? Samachurls? I think they are. They're the little guys with the staves. Well, that's loading. I actually should put the chat up. See, where should I stick it? Because the thing is, I can see the chat, but you guys won't see the chat unless it's on there. So we put it there. Let's see. Scale. Move after. Okay, there we go. So, let's do a test. Hello, everyone. Oh, there it is. Okay, and it should disappear after about 10 seconds. So let's see if it does that. Oops. Alrighty. Yeah, the funny thing about this is I have two monitors, one where I'm playing the game and then one where I can keep an eye on the Twitch studio so I can see what's going on over there. And it's kind of funny because actually I should move to a fire while I'm talking. It was kind of funny because originally I had the other monitor on my right, but when I looked at it, my model went whoop, like this, and so it looks like I'm looking into the wall. Okay, so instead I moved it onto the left, so now when I'm looking to the left, Okay, it looks like I'm just kind of looking at the game. Now, the now I set that all up, and then I was doing the Genshin live stream, and they're like, "Oh, you have to have your UID visible so that people can so we can monitor how much you streamed and stuff." And I was like, "Oh," so I moved my little square or my model over to
It's
the
just some chronic problem
left
I have
side of the
flaring up
screen.
again. Nothing to worry about.
And I had the same problem because now I was on the left side looking at the opposite wall. I was like, this isn't gonna work. Okay, that's not disappearing. Why is that? Oh, maybe that's because it's me? I don't know. I'm sure 10 seconds have passed. Let me edit some more. Hang on. Hang on. Here's my chat. Animate. Okay, I think I had to click that bit. Okay, let's try that. All right. Anyway. Hopefully also you guys can hear me okay over the game and such. I tried to adjust the sound and everything. Rhea, ooh, ooh,
A bitter pill to swallow.
I like the little chants these guys do. Them and the abyss mages.
Access denied.
Alright. Got them. No, there's one over here. Oh, good. It did disappear. Yeah, I don't want it hanging up in the corner the whole time. Then it starts getting distracting.
Solidify.
No touching.
There you go. No problem with Dragon Spine is it is freezing. There. I believe there is one for here. Anyway. But it's so exciting. I guess it's because it's like Genshin with like the whole theme and vibe of Lantern Rite, they really do go all out with it, and that's really nice. They didn't do so well in the first one, I'll admit, but then people kind of gave their 2 cents, and they're like, okay.
I will have order.
Stabilize. A bitter pill to swallow.
Access denied.
There's that guy. Alright. Let's get out of here. Yeah, before I was a Baizu main, I was a Ganyu main, so my Ganyu's pretty good. I mean, she's only a Constellation 0, and her weapon is only R1, but I think she does some decent damage, so. I'm so excited that she's getting an outfit. The little flowers, jewelry and stuff they put her hair is so nice. It's so cute. Technically, I would get Shenhe's outfit too, or I tried, but I don't have Shenhe, so I'll just kind of like let it wait, I guess.
It's so nice to de-stress.
It's kind of like, unless you're like really, really planning on getting a character, like you're a new player, and you're like, oh my gosh, I love that outfit, you know, for let's say Ayaka, right? Like Ayaka, and it's like, oh, I'll save up my 180 fates for Ayaka. It's such a pretty, you know, like I'll save up my 180 fates for Ayaka so I can get a copy of her and I'll buy her outfit and stuff. And then like that's good and everything. But it's like if you don't have the character and you're not necessarily planning on rolling for them any time in the near future, like I don't even know when Xianyun's banner is gonna come back. So besides, I have so many other characters I want to go for. All right, let's see. Okay. Ironically, the book isn't actually
If you lie on the grass, you can feel
100%. Like it'll show you where some of the mobs are, but it won't show you where all of a certain type of mob is. I've done this one. I like how they set it up here, though. It's instead of having that one long line, there was getting so many enemies, you were having trouble finding what you were looking for. Yes, the samachurl. Okay. Got that. I think there might be one down here, though. Climb on a hill. Ooh, I see rocks that are breakable. Obviously, I see rocks. Alright. Lee, go ahead.
Gather. Unsolicited, and all the more valuable for it.
Yeah, the treasure chests are kind of not weird exactly, but like how do I put it? It's like in Mondstadt and Leeway, if you find those small chests, you're not going to get any Primo Gems. But then starting from like Inazuma, they put those, they put Primo Gems in the small chests. These guys. So we need them too.
Stabilize.
Boba, get them!
Yeah, mind the side effects.
Yeah, my Xiangling isn't fully built yet, and you're probably thinking, why? Xiangling is a great unit. She's a great buffer and helper and support. Why isn't she built? And it's kind of an interesting story. Basically, what happened was I had her, and I was using her as her main pirate unit. And this was like way back. I was like years and years ago, and there's Hilly Churls, but there's no samachurl there. Way back, and I have to stop saying I just need to go quiet. So I was raising her as my main pyro unit, and then I got Klee, and I was like, new player, I was like, oh, Klee's a 5-star. She's so much better, right? So and also too, I didn't understand the whole thing with the polearm users, so I was like, oh, she's not doing much damage anyway, and you know, Goba's, you know, tracking was like awful, and I don't know if I see any over here. Yeah, okay, I guess we'll just move on. Go to the map where the map tells you. Oh. Broski Skillet? Thank you for the follow. That's great. I'm glad you're enjoying what you're seeing. Yeah, I really have to get back into streaming regularly. Streaming is kind of tiring because I tend to chat a lot. Where am I going? I tend to chat a lot, so it kind of wears me out sometimes, and so I end up taking big breaks. But I think if I don't push it too hard, let me pick up these rocks on the way.
Solidify.
If I don't push it too hard, it should be okay. I mean, I joined up with the Twitch stream event, so I'm gonna be streaming probably like every day once the patch comes out because I'll be playing the game. And I play the game every day anyway, but maybe I'll only stream on like Wednesdays and Saturdays or something. I don't know. But anyway, with the story about Xianyun, so I kind of put Xianyun to the side. And then years later, I found out that everybody's using her on like their buffer teams or whatever to show off how much damage their DPSs can do. And I was like, oh, I did not realize that she was so great. Thank you. Thumbs up. And I was happy because, I mean, I really like her design. I like her colors. She's just so bright and happy. And then also, too, she gets bonus points because you find out that Koba is a god. And that he gave up his mental capacities and just became a bear. Because he wanted to protect the people of Leeway and help them. And that is just so sweet. Especially, and also too, Goba's little sounds he makes is it's like, they're so cute and everything. I'm like, okay. So, she's not fully built yet, but I'm getting there.
The doctor will see.
But I'll get there. So far, I've been doing pretty good on building the new characters I get. For example, Nivulette is fully built. Farina is almost there. Navia is almost there. I'm working on their talents. For them, it's hard because you have to fight the whale, and you can only, and since it's a new boss, or newer boss, you can only fight it once per week. So, and then when like all your characters need all the different drops, and you're just like, I can't convert any of the drops. Nivulette was okay because I had fought the Dendro Dragon for Baizu's talents a number of times, and so I had leftover Dendro Dragon stuff for him. But for Farina and Navia now with Xianyun. Or Xianyun? I think.
Mind the side effects.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure they said her name, but honestly, I'm not good with pronouncing names at first, but once I hear it enough times, I'll get it and I won't forget it, but it just takes a little while. Alright. Yeah, I think the thing is too with Xianyun is it is hard to pre-farm for her because from what I've seen, she needs the drops from the new boss. Her specialty is in Xianyun Vale. It's off the backs of these turtles, which is actually kind of cute because you're helping these turtles while getting mats for her. So I'm like, yes, let's go help the turtles. Oh, there's another chest. Yeah, it's nice.
Solidify!
It's nice that the chests respawn after a little while, or they kind of like respawn between patches sometimes, so my word of advice is if you ever find a chest and you're like, oh my gosh, how did I miss that chest? You know, like, don't feel bad, because chances are it respawned or was replenished while you weren't looking.
None of this will go to waste.
I had a feeling. No, 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 you're not gonna get me. Where is this thing taking me? It looked closer before. I was looking at the map, but there it is. Or there's one, at least. Wrong one, but hey. I'm not gonna complain.
Bitter pill to swallow.
Come on.
Quake!
Anyway. But it's like she needs the divine scrolls from the samachurls. Her local specialty and boss are in Xianyun Vale. And she uses gold talent books. Then Gongming is actually a little easier, I think, to farm for. I haven't farmed very much for him because he's not my top priority right now.
The doctor was seeing.
Gather!
Nice and spicy.
But he needs slimes, the crab, stuff like that. So. Hello.
This is order.
Pardon me. I'm not gonna fight you guys because you don't drop divine scrolls. Uh-oh, here it comes. I guess I'll say right now, Broski Skillet, I like your username. I saw it, I was like, look at that! His username is Broski. A fun word. Reminds me of the band.
Solidify!
Mind the side effects.
Anyway, but yeah, I think it's cool.
The doctor was seeing.
Okay. Oh, I was gonna say, what froze me? I'm just standing there, I'm like, wait a minute, what was that? I thought I got them all. Yeah, I just kind of recently changed my username, to be honest, which probably shouldn't be doing that as a VTuber, but I was like, everybody else had, like, names, and I was just sort of like, not exactly, like, a real-ish name. So I picked, Rhea Zenko, because Rhea is the name of a, what is it? It's the name of a moon of Saturn, I think. And Zenko is a good fox in Japanese mythology. So I was like, hey, I'm a good person. I'm a good little fox. I can do...
Mind the
I
side
think I can
effects.
use the Zenko name. I'm not cursing anybody or anything. I mean, unless they're jerks, but... Honestly, I don't even swear, so... Whoops. So I think that counts.
Born of ice and frost.
Nothing against anybody who does, by the way. He just popped and died. I mean, I know it was from Zhongli's pillar, but I was just like, I'm coming over to fight him. He just poof. Here. Up there. Oh, great. There's some more, though. This area is just really full of the samachurls, which is nice. Makes it easy to get the drops.
We're waiting.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Solidify!
No touching.
Let's see. The only difficult thing about Genshin is finding a place to climb up that you won't get stuck on. I know when I first went to Inazuma and all the cliffs were basically you went straight and then they would angle outwards and you'd get stuck between the straight part and the angly part because the characters really don't like climbing at an angle. Like this, like she's not gonna attach. Let's see. I think I can get over there this way. So I ran into a bunch of those in Inazuma and I'm like, oh no, how do I get up? Like bunch of those and the gabled roofs. I was just like, oh no, I can't get onto the top of the building to get that whatchamacallit? The electrocalus?
Mind the
Nope. No.
stabilize.
At the frying pan, it's born of ice and frost.
Ooh, that was a 40. A good one. Yeah. If you're wondering why I put my Baizu out first and have him heal even when everybody's full up, it's because he's got the clamp set on him, and when he heals, even if it doesn't actually heal anything, see. Okay. Well, thanks, but, I mean, yeah, no, I'm not doing the 18 stuff. Also, that's kind of rude to solicit on somebody else's stream. Yeah. Give me a second. Trying to get... Okay, there we go. Yeah, it is very rude to do that. I know. I've had people message me on Discord, and they're like, "Oh, we have a mutual server together," and I'm like, oh, "Okay," and then they're like, "Oh, hello," and I'm like, "Okay, hi," and they're like, "Can I show you my portfolio? Can you commission me with art?" And I'm like, I don't really need it right now. Oh, please, I'm a starving artist. I'm like, no, stop soliciting. I have a Discord server too, and I even have a rule in there saying no soliciting. So it's like, if it says no soliciting on my Discord server, then obviously you shouldn't be excuse me, soliciting to me in person. I mean, I understand they're just trying to make money and stuff, but still, it's kind of like, I'm not interested. Thank you.
Get them!
Hang on. Cut that out, you. Ooh, potato. Let's see. I actually got him. Wait, okay, it's right there. Yeah. One thing is, I kind of would like to know more about Decarabian from here. Because, I mean, I know he was a dictator or whatever, but it's kind of like the whole point of a lot of the stuff here is, like, really well done. And it would be kind of cool to know what the civilization was like back then in the game. Also, I don't think Decarabian was wrong so much. I mean, he was clearly trying to protect his people from the
No touching!
freezing cold,
A bitter pill to swallow.
but
Nice and spicy!
unfortunately it kind of ended up being one of those, he needed to give them free choice and to, like, open up his storm tunnel or whatever. Is only one drop from that? Wow. Like, open up his storm tunnel for like once a month or something, and let people in or out, not just keep everybody trapped. I think if he did that, things would have worked out differently. I mean, we probably wouldn't have gotten Archon Venti, and I like Venti, but still, it's kind of the point of, yeah, you guys had just talked it out, maybe we would have had a easier time and the poor nameless bard wouldn't have kicked the bucket. Excuse me. No, I was not having an aneurysm or anything. I was just drinking water. My model does not seem to like, or I said my camera, doesn't like it when I drink water. My model just starts going like I'm breaking my back or something. But water is important. I mean, not just for...
Access denied. The statue was seen.
Solidify.
Get them!
Not just for hydration, but like it can help you with like gas and stuff like that.
No touching!
So, like if you get gas gets stuck and stuff in your chest whatever, it can actually help not make that not happen. Yeah, thing is, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I know there are more samachurls into that than just the ones here that the book told me. But I think it's kind of a... Yeah, see, it says, oh, recovering in 11 hours. Like, no, there's more out there. I know there are. But I think the way that the game works is it doesn't want you to overgrind, because then you will burn yourself out, which some people have already done, unfortunately. But I think we found a lot of really good ones. Yeah, once Xianyun Vale is available, we can go. I'll be going over and using my resin on fighting the boss. I need like 46 of those. Head upwards. Oh, I forgot about with Baizu. I have him go first because he has the clamp set on him, and his healing is so high. I think this is as far as up as it goes, right? Yeah. That he ends up doing like 28 to 32,000 physical damage once the bubble pops, and that is to every enemy that's surrounding him, not just to one. So I'm like, that's pretty good. It's like having his healing work for him, instead of trying to, because I mean, you can make DPS Baizu, but it's like, okay, DPS and then he doesn't necessarily heal as super well, or you could have it where he heals super well but not as a DPS. And I thought the clamp set ends up working well on him. A lot of people put Deep Woods on him, and I tried that, but I kind of like getting the little 32,000 damage bubble. Especially since it's physical damage, so it's like it could hit basically anything. You know, dendro slimes, stuff like that. And it also does...
Death and the world around us all follow a set of laws. But if you never test the limits, how can anyone know where the boundaries of these laws are?
Oh. I kind of like just going a middle ground, basically. I don't think there's any down there. Over here.
Mind the side effects.
You're toast! Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
A bitter pill to swallow.
The only, I guess, negativity about the clamp set on Baizu is because I have a C2 Baizu, his dendro application will basically spew out when another character, or any character, I guess, is, does an attack. So if I don't do his E skill, or let me break it down. So that physical damage that he does is based off of his healing. Okay, and he can heal in a couple of different ways. One is his E skill, which heals, I think, in the biggest batch, and that's what gives me the 32 physical damage. Yeah. Let's, however, he also ends up having a kind of what do they call that? Passive skill,
Gather.
where it'll put out Dendro with a little bit of a healing ability while he or another character is fighting, an enemy. And that doesn't necessarily heal as much as his E skill. So if I don't have him do his E skill first, then the bubble gets charged with not as much healing. Oh, look at the little white bird, it's cute. Not as much healing, and then it doesn't do as much damage. So, but the way I have him set up makes it where he can basically take care of stuff on his own if he had to. So like for co-op, there's no samachurl there. Because the thing is, like, I wanted to be a Baizu main, but I thought to myself, like, okay, when I go into co-op, I want to be able to help my team do damage, but Baizu is a healer, so he will benefit off of healing the team. But I didn't want to wreck his healing ability, which the team will probably be relying on, because it's like, hey, Baizu, he's a healer, he'll heal us. I didn't want to lessen that and basically let the team down, but I also didn't just want to stand around and be like, yeah, I'm doing like, tiny bits of damage.
Solidify.
Kind of an interesting thing, which you probably know, but if you attack those guys with fire, their clubs will get set on fire, and they'll basically turn into the semi-fire hilly-churls, the ones that chase you with the flaming clubs. Which is kind of weird, considering that the shield ones, from what I remember, like, you use pyro on them, and then they're like, as their shields are on fire. Alright, let's see. Pretty sure there were some over here. There's one. Those guys. Make sure I got everybody, and that other Whopper flower wasn't popping up. It's kind of funny, in the early days when I first started playing and I was a teeny tiny little newbie player, I was terrified of the Ruin Guards and the Whopper flowers. They caused me so much trouble, and I was just like, oh no, go away. And other nothing, but I think that's kind of part of the course for video games. Like, you start off and there might be an enemy that's like really strong for your current level, and it will actually kind of like somewhat semi frighten you. And then at some point you get strong enough and you're just like, oh, this isn't hard at all. And you're like, why was I ever scared of this thing? Oop, there's one. Oh, there.
Born of ice and frost.
Yeah, see, you can kind of see what I was talking about before. Yeah, see, the bubble just popped because of Ganyu
Mind the side effects.
attacking, and
Nice and spicy. The doctor was sealing.
and it didn't do as much physical damage, so. I would say, I guess one enemy I'll never not be afraid of is, in Mega Man Legends, there was an enemy that could basically run through the walls. And you could technically see them coming if you kind of moved Mega Man over to one side of the wall, and then you kind of like move the camera so it clipped through the wall. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, being terrified of the rune guards and the whopper flowers. That is very true. There it is.
Mind the side
Anyway,
effects.
but like you could go and actually
Stabilize.
see the enemy coming if you sort of move the camera so it clips through the wall, but you couldn't look through both walls at the same time. So you'd just be like walking along, and suddenly these things would just come running out at you with a very intense speed and just smack right into Mega Man. He would go flying. That was a jump scare.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire.
And it is raining. Yeah, I don't know if this would be, what would that call that? A hot take or a unpopular opinion or whatever, but I actually really like this area. Something about the kind of darkish brown color or lightish brown colors. Well, not when it's lightning, of course. Let me change that. No thank you on the lightning. Go back to regular weather.
Should we really be off
Yep.
work this early? There is still a lot left to do.
Anyway, just looking at this area and the music in the background, the kind of very low sort of hums, it feels very relaxing to me. It's like being in a nice kind of warm, darkish room with the fire crackling in the fireplace. That's what it kind of makes me feel. It's very relaxing. Now that over there, that is stressful, but luckily you only have to do it once. Alright, I think there was... Let's see. I think there might have been some hilly trolls over this way. I don't know if there's a samachurl there. I thought there was. I hear him. Ah. Sorry, little pine cone guy. All right. I'm glad Ganya's getting a new outfit. I don't know. I don't really understand why all the Lantern Rite outfits are black and blue. I guess it's because I would think it would be like red because red is more of a lucky color in China. I thought, but it seems like black and blue is their Lantern Rite outfit theme. So, but still, it looks very good on her. I know I saw a comment from someone where they were like, oh, her outfit's very nice, but I don't think her horns match the outfit. And I was like, it's not like she can take those off. Those are attached to her skull. I mean, it would be weird if she, like, painted the stripes or whatever, I guess. But I just sort of like, I was like, Here's one.
Solidify!
Technically, I only need that guy, so I don't need to waste time fighting the rest of those dudes. Go away, little fox. Alright. Yeah. I would say, I think two of the things I would never ever want to do in Genshin ever again would be that that place I had just showed you where I was like, yeah, that, like, I like this area except for that place. That place scares me because, oops.
Gather!
Boba, get them! Born of ice and frost.
Because of the, had to fight the Ruin Hunter in there and the Geo Vishap hatchlings and stuff under like a time limit. Like that was really difficult. But the other one is those three buildings over there. The trials in those things were so hard. Because it wasn't, I mean, I think like one of them was a fighting challenge, but then other ones were like, oh, here, get up through this area within this time limit. And like the time limit really wasn't enough, I think, to actually get up there. So I failed it like a number of times. I got so frustrated. But Tui, leave me alone. I don't need you. There's a guy. Ooh, there's two guys.
Mind the side effects.
Next on the agenda, Access denied.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I knew it.
Born of ice and frost.
A bitter pill to swallow.
I will have order.
No touching. Didn't see that coming. Yeah.
There we go.
Mind the side effects.
Solidify.
I'm the frying pan. Access denied.
I kind of used to be afraid of those things too, to be honest. They were very difficult to pin down and they hit for a lot. And then I had to fight them for something. I don't remember who it was. Whether it was a weapon or was for a character. But I basically I had to look up like, okay, here's a good way of defeating those guys. And it was like, you have a shield and use a claymore. And I was like, okay. So I used my Zhongli and my Diluc and we managed to fight enough of them. And now they're no big deal. Yeah, I think my favorite of the little finches, because we just passed one, is the ones that look like little cockatiels. They have the little red cheeks stuff. They're so cute. I think they're my favorites. I have like 6 of them, because you can catch them with the little net, which apparently from last time I checked, we're going to have goats in Xianyun Vale, and we can apparently catch the goats and put them in the teapot, and they're big goats. They're like full mount size. So let's see. We'll go over here and check out. There seems to be some. Yeah, new Pokemon mountain goats. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They're really cute goats too, even though, or I should say, despite the fact that they're so huge, they also are super cute. So normally you would think like, oh, it's so big. How would it be cute? But it actually is. So I'm gonna catch one and put one in my teapot. We're in the right direction, right? Yeah, we are. But yeah. Oh, I also really like the chasm on the outside, the music here. It's just so relaxing. I guess it's one of those, the deep tone type of songs. Sorry, Baizu. is like the low, slow, deep tones. Very relaxing. Okay, so we got a bunch of hilly churls there. No? I could technically just look up the interactive map, but I kind of just want to explore. Nope. Oh, there we go.
Nova, get them! No touching!
Yeah, I've noticed that some of the newer characters, like Nivulette and I think Farina and stuff, can actually get around the, what are those guys called? It's getting late. My brain is kind of like short-circuiting. Let's see. Living beans. Miniatures, I think? Yeah, the miniatures. That apparently a lot of them can actually get around the shield now instead of just smacking into it. I know when A came out, a lot of people were like, she can cut an island in half, but she can't get through a miniature's shield. And they're all just like, Which, technically, I guess you could say she does get around it if you pair her up with Venti, because then it's like, she does the electric, and then he uses his swirl, and the swirl goes all around the miniature. So... these guys look like pine cones from the back. I know one of my favorite anime, or I should say, favorite slice of life relaxing anime is a one called Laid Back Camp, or Yuru Camp in Japanese. And it's all about winter camping and like eating good food, and it's very, you know, nice and cozy. And in there they have these little pine cones that the narrator will talk about how, like, oh, you can use the pine cones to start a fire, you know, for your camp and stuff. And whenever the pine cones come up, they get a little voiceover where they go, "Konnichiwa!" It is really a super cute little voice. And I'm just like, oh, that is so adorable. Konnichiwa!
Gather!
The doctor is seeing now. Alright, into the fighter!
Okay, got that guy. I know. The hilly churls are probably also confused. They're like, there's a menace going around and killing all of our wise men. Ooh, there's a chest. Okay, maybe I'll stick around and...
This is order.
care of this.
Solidify!
Okay. Oops. Hill chills were just like,
Beautiful treasures are a cause for great happiness.
like, there's some menace running around and killing all of our wise men. And then running off. Like, yeah, sorry guys. Although technically I've heard that the Traveler doesn't really kill anybody. What we're seeing isn't exactly the characters or the mobs dying, because they respawn. So it's sort of like we're more of like knocking them out and stealing their stuff, which just still doesn't really make it right, but it's better than them just kicking the bucket. I mean, we definitely have had individuals die before. For example, like I think one of the first instances is when you go into the one domain and you find the local delinquent stealing citizens' materials. Yeah. They're like, sorry about that. I was gonna say, it's like, was that, did I just go to that one? Like, no, it's, that's the new one, I think. Yeah. Lady Fox does not live up to her name. Attacks innocent samachurls for drops. But anyway, but I think like the first one was we went into that one domain and all the little cockatiel finches. This is so weird looking. Like there's definitely a chest. The single hilly churl is trying to defend the chest from these guys, and here's me. Like I'm gonna have to beat you all up. I'm sorry. I want that chest.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Stabilize.
Your toast! Boba, get them! Born of ice and frost.
I heard her just say heartless. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. It is a standoff, yeah. Or at least it was. It became a 3-off and
Beautiful treasures are a cause for great happiness.
now there's no one. Yeah, that was the only one thing I was trying to stay positive and everything, but I was kind of sad about the whole thing with Jet, because Jet's story, okay, starts off and it's good and it's fine, everything. I feel really bad for her dad and everything, but then we go with this whole thing and we go with the Tenet caps, and the whole story goes through this line of the tribe that she's become is basically using her to kill this one lady's enemies. Excuse me. To kill this one lady's enemies, so they're actually like innocent people, and so Jet and the Traveler end up basically killing the whole group. And I'm just like, we just decimated an entire tribe of people. Like, I feel bad. I don't want to do that again. I didn't want to do it the first time, but I was just like, considering that, honestly, I really wished that when we got to Sumeru and they were all talking about, the desert and space off of Egypt and stuff, I had wanted more alive Egypt, basically. Not have it so much of the, oh yeah, go explore the ruins and stuff. Like, I wanted an actual living, ancient Egypt. But the only, like, really Egyptian towns and stuff that we have is Aru Village, and I guess you could count Caravan Rebot, although that's sort of more of a gateway or whatever. But also, I think that they should have used Candace more. Right, Candace has a really cool backstory in that she is the, descendant of King Deseret and everything. And, so it's like, okay, the whole thing is weird, okay, because it's like, okay, so she's the, whatchamacallit? She is the descendant of King Deseret. And King Deseret was the pharaoh and a god. which means that if anything, she should be a leader. Okay, you know, if we're going down to that, I mean, we're excluding the fact that whole like, oh, she's a woman and stuff because like there's a lot of women characters. Oh, had to nerf the desert because it was too cool or hot. Yeah, yeah, probably. But still, considering how big it is, it's like we deserve more towns in there. But and like you had the whole thing with the Eremites wanting El Akmar back, which is King Deseret, and it's like they're all talking about reviving him and things, and I'm like, you got his descendant right there.
On the grass, you
Like,
can feel the heartbeat.
why don't you go and try to convince Candace to help you? She's got a vision. She's not, you know, a layabout. You know? It's like they could have used her that way, and instead they kind of just stuck her in the village and made it so she could barely ever leave. I mean, she didn't even come with us to the desert, into the desert. That was Dia, Alhaitham, and Sino, which makes sense because, you know, Sino and Dia know the desert and stuff, but I kind of wish at that point that Candace had come because I really like Candace, you know, as a character and everything. I think she's really pretty. But anyway, alright, well, I think I am going to wrap up the stream because my mouth is getting really dry. And, but I will stream some more later, I think. Not tomorrow, probably, because I will be busy. Yeah, you know, see. Okay, Candace is always done dirty. Yeah, she is. I mean, at least she ends up getting to come out for the Inner Darshan Championship. So she was able to come out for that, which was nice. But, yeah, so let me see. I wonder if I can... What do they call that? It's like moving... Don't know how to do a raid. Gonna raid somebody, but well, I'll just tell you. Blaze is doing Arma. He's streaming Arma, and so I'm gonna hop over there and check that out. Let me see. Actually, give me a second. I could probably show it to you just through to do that, and then if you want to go, you can. If you don't, that's okay. But he's my little brother, so and he's got a cool VTuber model too. So we go give him support. He would be happy. Hop over here. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be streaming on the 31st and then so on because I'm part of the Genshin streaming event. After that, I'll probably stream like maybe once or twice a week, or I'm going to try because it's one of those like I do the Twitch event and then I wear myself out and then I kind of pass out and I don't stream very much. But I like streaming, so alright, there it goes. Change caption. Kind of a and go to where is he? There he is. Blaze Nomad. This is him.
To look at phase 3A. Perfect.
Of course it was a fucking PowerPoint coming from Possible.
Yeah, right? Right.
This is my My little bro.
Vic one has you.
So, please go support my little bro. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna end the stream. And, thank you so much for coming, Broski Skillet. I hope to see you again. And I have a Discord and, Twitter page, X page. If you want to follow, I try to post things on there about when I'm gonna go live and things. So, thanks so much for coming, and, I'll see you later.
I put him on group, so we're not clogging it up. Copy.
And you have a good day and night, too. Alright, bye.